Hi, I'm Larry London, and on today's Border Crossings, I have one of my favorite guests joining us, Mary Lambert. She's back for another look into her complex and often painful life and her music career, which has done very well for Mary. In fact, her latest CD is called Bold, and she's just released a new single and a video, which we'll be discussing on today's show. Also, Mary will be telling us about some of the more recent challenges that she's faced, along with a always enjoyable live performance. All of that is coming up from the always honest and always sincere Mary Lambert, who returns with another unforgettable Border Crossings. Hi, this is Border Crossings. My name is Larry London. She's bold. She's beautiful. She's on tour. We've got her in our studios for the second time, and I am so happy and excited to welcome back Mary Lambert. Nice to have you in D.C.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
It is great to see you again. You look great. That's a beautiful smile.
Thank you.
You look so happy. And let's introduce yourself to the new guy who's in the band. He wasn't with you last time.
No, he's been with me for so long. We've been friends for 10 years. But I don't know. I don't remember why you weren't here. I think you had to fly. But you can introduce yourself.
What's your name?
I'm Tim.
Tim, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Now, you are very loyal to your band because, I don't want to overstep my bounds, but you had a couple of artists who were with you when I watched this video chat that you had did, and both of them, one was with you for 4 years, one was with you for longer than that.
Yeah.
So you're very loyal to your musicians.
I mean, I get great musicians, and I just, by chance, my friends happen to be really talented. So it's like I could never... It's like hanging out with your friends all the time and then playing music together. It's, I know they say don't mix like friendship and business, but it's only been awesome for me.
Well, sometimes it's good to have your friends around.
Yeah.
Because they'll probably be more honest to you about
Exactly.
things that if it were just some stranger random person on the street.
Yeah.
Musicians. So tell me what's been going on since we last met. We met in 2017. We talked then. And you went through some difficulties in the last few months.
Yeah, it's been a kind of a bizarre couple of months. I started. I signed a book deal, which was really exciting for my poetry.
Great.
Yeah,
That's great.
and so that collection of poems will come out in the fall, and so that's been a really exciting thing to sort of focus and put all my energy into. And then we started tour in October. So we've been touring since October. We took like a 2-month break, and are just heading out today. Today is the first day of tour. And, on that break, I went through a breakup and I had a house fire.
Are you in California? Where all the fires?
No, I'm in Massachusetts. It was a dryer fire.
Oh,
that
no.
started. And so I lost about half my clothes and some belongings. And I was born without a sense of smell. And so that was really the most terrifying thing of like not being able to smell.
You were in the house when this happened?
I was in the house, yeah.
Oh,
And
no.
it was a really, really emotional experience, and it just felt like a culmination of the nightmare that I had been experiencing, where I was like, okay, my house, my life is literally on fire.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm literally in hell.
Wow. What was the first thing you grabbed when you ran outside?
I just grabbed my phone. I wanted to grab things, but I thought against it,
Well, thank goodness you're healthy.
Yeah.
Because that's something that can't be replaced.
Yeah, it's true. And there was minor damage. Like it looked a lot worse than it actually was, which was nice.
One of the other things I enjoyed watching when I watched this presentation that you did online on Google, I guess, was you had dogs, a dog or dogs. I saw several videos where you've used dogs.
I love dogs.
You love dogs.
I don't have a dog.
You
I
don't?
think that's why I try at like any event. I'm like, will you bring a dog? Can we have a dog there? So I'm just like, I want a dog. I feel like it'd be cruel to have an animal and then not actually be able to take care of it.
Right. You're on the road a lot.
Yeah. Once I set down roots, I think.
All right. Well, so Massachusetts is the place that you want to be.
I don't know anymore.
Don't know?
I feel like I'm in a new stage of my life where I haven't been single in 7 years. So I'm like, okay, what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? So I'm thinking, New York or back to Seattle, or maybe I stay in Massachusetts, or I don't know, Paris. Why not? Do it. Do whatever I want.
So I imagine as a songwriter, there's a lot of ideas, a lot of songs come to mind. You just went through some major events in your life, so that must have, spawned some songs in your head as well. So I know you're still working bold, but what's the plan for the next album? There must be plans in place. Maybe you can let us in.
Absolutely.
Give us a secret just between you and I and a few million people who might be tuned in right now.
The next album is really centered around shame and how shame impacts me personally. But I think there's really a collective feeling to it, a communal feeling that's really, I'm trying to create an invitation for other people to connect in that way. But, where shame from our childhood comes from, body shame, and how it manifests in our daily lives, and, hopefully ways to change perspective on it or shift a mindset. And my bachelor's is in orchestral composition. So I did a lot of through composing for this, and it's really a conceptual album of like start to finish about sort of a metaphor of sometimes of drowning, of like just feeling like you're drowning in the shame and, making yourself swim through it. And because what choice do you have? There's survival in it. So it's very heavy. There's a lot of spoken word on it. There's strings on it. Not a lot of pop songs. It's drastically different than my last two records. I think I'm ready to switch gears and kind of get back to what I am most familiar with and what is, I think, most rewarding and therapeutic for me.
It's a little risky to change directions.
Absolutely. I've been concerned about that. But I think with the book coming out, the collection of poems, I think it sort of helps ease maybe my fans or, people that listen to my music to be like, okay, there's some darkness here.
We have one of the most interesting and amazing people on the planet in our studios today, in Mary Lambert, and she's here to perform some music, so I'll talk forever, so I want to make sure we get to some music.
Great.
So Mary, if you don't mind, I'd love to hear you do some music for us.
Yeah, let's do Do Anything. Hear the waves of every open door. I feel the weight. I could have stayed. I could have stayed and been fine. I could have stayed. But how, when the world is standing in front of me, saying I can't do anything, I can't do anything. Watch me, watch me. I could have stayed. I could have stayed and been fine. I could have stayed. I could have stayed and been fine. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Now it's so clear. I wouldn't have been fine. It wouldn't have been me. I gotta at least try. I might not get it right. I gotta at least try.
Wow, so nice.
Thank you.
So nice. You wrote that.
Yes.
Because I was amazed and kind of floored to see the video that I watched where a writer came in and said, yeah, we changed the song, the other songs you had done.
Yeah.
And she wrote something. And I thought, you must be writing all of this stuff because nobody can pour themselves into the song like you do unless these are your words and your stories.
Yeah, I think that was where a lot of the fracture with the label that occurred, was me being like, I really just need to be the one to write everything. I just am so much more connected to it. And you know, it's difficult when there's a pop machine and there's a formula that people are really accustomed to, and to challenge that is hard. It's not part of the process generally. So that's why it's been really nice to be independent and to just really have my stamp on everything and be the sole writer. And the next album is I'm fully producing as well.
Wow.
So I want to be.
Is it a Kickstarter deal or?
No, this one I'm with Bold did really well, and so
You're out of pocket.
I can fund it myself, which feels like I feel really fortunate to do so.
That is great. That is a great place to be in your life and in your career. You know, you're going to come out with a new album that you're paying for, you're producing, and you're writing.
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
It's you, 100%.
Absolutely.
But it's different than the previous two.
Yeah. It's so funny because Bold is like me on this like flirty yellow couch, and I'm like, I'm a pop star. And then the next one is like just me crying. And I'm like, I don't know if that's any better incarnation of being bipolar.
But I would like to, if you do another song for us.
Sure. I mean, I think
we're going to peel the layers away. We got Mary Lambert in our studio. So I'm thrilled to have you here and to be able to talk. And thank you for being so candid.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know any other way to be. This is a poem called Body Love. I know girls who are trying to fit into the social norm like squeezing into last year's prom dress. I know girls who are low-rise, MAC eyeshadow and binge drinking. I know girls that wonder if they're disaster and sexy enough to fit in. I know girls who are fleeing bombs from the mosques of their skin, playing Russian roulette with death. It's never easy to accept that our bodies are fallible and flawed. But when do we draw the line? When the knife hits the skin, isn't it the same thing as purging because we're so obsessed with death? Some women just have more guts than others. The funny thing is women like us don't shoot. We swallow pills, still wanting to be beautiful at the morgue, still proceeding to put on makeup, still hoping that the mortician finds us sexy and attractive. We might as well be buried with our shoes and handbags and scarves. Girls, we flirt with death every time we etch a new tally mark into our skin. I know how to split my wrist to reveal a battlefield too, but the time has come for us to reclaim our bodies. Our bodies deserve more than to be war-torn and collateral, offering this as a pathetic means to say, I only know how to exist when I am wanted. Girls like us are hardly ever wanted, you know. We're used up and sad and drunk and perpetually waiting by the phone for someone to pick up and tell us that we did good. Well, you did good. I know I am because I said I am. I know I am because I said I am. I know I am because I said I am. My body is home. My body is my own. My body is home. Try this. Take your hands over your bumpy love body naked. Remember the first time you touched someone with the sole purpose of learning all of them. Touch them because the light was pretty on them, and the dust and the sunlight danced the way your heart did. Touch yourself with a purpose. Your body is the most beautiful royal. Fathers and uncles are not claiming your knife anymore, are not your razor. Put the sharpness back. Lay your hands flat and feel the surface of scarred skin. I once touched a tree with charred limbs. The stump was still breathing, but the tops were just ashy remains. I wonder what it's like to come back from that, because sometimes I'll feel forest fires erupting from my wrists, and the smoke signals sent out are the most beautiful things I've ever seen. They're singing. I know I am because I said I am. I know I am because I said I am. I know I am because I said I am. My body is home. My body is home. My body is my own. My body is my own. Love your body the way your mother loved your baby feet. And brother, arm wrapping shoulders, remember this is important. You are worth more than who you attract. You are worth more than a waistline. You are worth more than beer bottles displayed like drunken artifacts. You are worth more than any naked body could proclaim in the shadows, more than a man's whim or your father's mistake. You are no less valuable as a size 16 than a size 4. You are no less valuable as a 32A than a 36C. Your sexiness is defined by concentric circles within your wood. It is wisdom. You are a goddamn tree stump with leaves sprouting out. Reborn.
Very nice. Oh my gosh, how do I follow that? Wow. Mary Lambert is here, and Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter. Wonderful inspiration to so many people. Now, we were talking about suicide before, and you often have covered a song, Jesse's Girl. I just heard Rick Springfield contemplated suicide.
Yeah. God.
I mean, who would have ever imagined,
Yeah. Well, I think what's interesting is I feel like we don't talk about, there's nuance to suicide, and there's nuance to suicidal thoughts and things like that. And I feel like there's so much like shame associated with like someone that has suicidal thoughts versus someone that's attempted suicide versus someone that's reckless with their life.
Right.
And I feel like we don't treat people that are really reckless with their life the same way that we do people that have attempted suicide. Before I attempted, I was still, I was like smoking cigarettes and doing any drug I could get my hands on and being really, unsafe with myself and my spirit and my body. And I feel like that's a form of suicidal tendencies of this reckless, abandon for life. And not in a good way. and I feel like there's so much of a spectrum. And if our only answer to people that are having those thoughts is to go to a psych ward, I feel like there are so many other answers, and there's so many other tools to help people that have mental illness or are having those issues that isn't just going on a hotline, and I think storytelling is a huge part of that. I feel like a lot of times people feel trapped because they aren't able to communicate what's actually happening. So if we equip people with tools to get their story out, to have their voice heard, to feel, not as small as they might, or I think for me, I didn't feel in control of my life. I felt really powerless. So how can we, encourage, agency for people to take control of their own lives rather than just, hearing that someone has a suicidal thought and be like, gotta call the psych ward,
Wow. And so now we're into a time, because you were in obviously a dark place and it was a difficult time for you, but now we're in a place where women are getting the attention that they have always deserved in the Me Too, where you're going through those struggles and people have suppressed their stories.
Yeah.
How do you feel about all that's going on right now?
Oh, I'm so happy about it. I think the accountability is beginning to be there. And I feel like we're in just a new chapter of history. And I think that we have this idea that history repeats itself, and I wouldn't disagree with that. But I also think we're in a completely new age. And there's this book, Homo Deus, and I think Sapiens, he's a wonderful writer, and he's basically talking about human civilization we are here now. This next level is about artificial intelligence. It's about machines. It's about the internet. This is our next growth. And so there's no rule book for what is going on. And I feel like for a lot of us, we're just like, everything's going to be fine. We're going to be fine. It was fine before, so this is just going to keep being recycled, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that we're in a new era, and I don't think we have the answers, and I think that things are going to be radically different moving forward. And I think, women holding, the oppressors in their life and people who have harmed them, primarily men, holding them accountable and demanding equal treatment and questioning the status quo is like it's better for everybody. Everybody wins. And I was thinking about toxic masculinity and how that's so harmful to women. I think toxic masculinity is also like, I was talking to a friend of mine that it's also very harmful to men. Like, why can't we get in touch with our feelings, and why can't we have these conversations to where it's okay to cry? It's okay to freely love, and I feel like I sound like such a hippie. Freely love, man.
We did that at one time. Yeah. Where did we go? Where did we fall off the path? I
mean, back
in the 60s, it was free love.
Yeah.
I mean, what happened?
Yeah. So I'm pumped about it. I think with some of the things that are coming out, that we also, the same way that I was speaking about suicide, is there has to be so much room for nuance and for things, for us to be able to say, that was a really bad incident. That guy is kind of a crappy guy, versus that guy might not be so great. He did something bad. Is he a bad person? Just asking these questions that are, difficult and complex. It's very complicated.
The new video for the new song,
Know
Your Name, which, it's got quite a bad, I can't swear, but, but you're a tough girl in an arcade, and you got the hair going on. I don't know if that's something you did for the video.
Like a post-apocalyptic.
I don't know. You got are these tattoos real? You had tattoos. All of them.
Yeah.
Wow. You were, and you had the tough. You were wearing the leathers, and you were ready to get down, to throw down.
I really
in your new video.
I had it was a duck hunt gun. And I had it in a gun holster, and I never got to do anything with it, but I just want everyone to know that was in the video, and it was really great.
And you co-star with somebody from Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, Sada Ramirez. We met 2 years ago at a gala and just really hit it off, and oh my God, she was so down to do it, and it was just, we did it with a sort of the tightest budget possible, and she was just such a good sport, and I just feel lucky.
Are you going to do that song for us now?
Yes, let's do Know Your Name.
Know Your Name, the new one from Mary Lambert.
Lady, can I get you
closer, lady? Would you come on over? I gotta see you again. I love the way that you walked in, lady. I've been waiting for you, maybe you've been waiting for me. Hey, wanna go out dancing? Hey, would you take a chance on me? I wanna take you out, I wanna make you shake, I wanna drive you wild. But I probably should know your name when I finally get to be the one who gets to hold you close in the night, in the dark, be light. I should know your name when I finally get to be the one who gets to hold you close in the night, in the dark, be light. I should know your name. It could be so good, but I probably should know your name. Lady, got a car and a weekend. Lady, do you feel what I'm feeling? I gotta see you again. I love the way that you walked in, lady. I've been waiting for you, baby. You've been waiting for me. Hey, wanna go to dinner? Hey, wanna see me later? I wanna take you out, I wanna make you shake, I wanna drive you wild. But I probably should know your name when I finally get to be the one who gets to hold you close in the night, in the dark, be light. I should know your name when I finally get to be the one who gets to hold you close in the night, in the dark, be light. I should know your name. It could be so good, but I probably should know your name. I know I'm a little delusional, a little unusual, but I've got a heart that wants your heart. I know I'm a little obsessed with this, only think about your kiss. I don't know why I don't love you, yeah. When I finally get to be the one who gets to hold you close in the night, in the dark, be light. I should know your name when I finally get to be the one who gets to hold you close in the night, in the dark, be light. I should know your name.
Mary Lambert, know your name. Know her name for sure. The CD is bold. And see, I didn't make you cry. We didn't cry
right.
on this show. We didn't cry today.
There's always afterwards.
There's always next time. And, you know, for having you back, you know, please come back again. I mean, the time flew by. I know. It just went by so fast.
Always does.
And I've got so much to talk about, so much more to talk about, but you got to promise to come back again.
I will, always.
Please do.
I
Mary
live here
Lambert.
now.
So if people want to get the CD or go to your website, where would they go?
MaryLambertSings.com. And my handles online are at Mary Lambert Sing. Just drop this. Who needs it?
Mary Lambert, thank you so much for coming on. You're beautiful, beautiful inside, beautiful outside.
Thank you. You are too, Larry.
It's lovely to see you guys and nice to meet you. Yeah. Thank you guys for coming on. Mary Lambert is our guest. Once again, another great show. Always a great time when she's here visiting D.C. Bold is the CD. I'm Larry London, and this is Border Crossings.